easy go.
Hey there, everybody. How y'all doing? Thank you for coming back. As always, I appreciate it. I really hope you're having a wonderful day or night. Welcome back to my channel. I am Deluxe. All right, I'm gonna do something new. I'm gonna try something new. Hope y'all like it. I'm gonna do like a story time kind of thing. I'm gonna go reminisce about some, stuff I've happened in my, the past, for Transformers and everything. But before that, I want you to go down there for me and hit that like, shares, prayers, and Care Bears. Go down there and sub for me if you're new to the channel and you like the content. I really appreciate that. And follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. It's all in the description. Easy peasy. All right. Like I said, I'm going to try something new, a little story time. And my first story I'm going to do that I'm going to talk about is my first Botcon. Yay! So this was back in 2008. At my girlfriend at the time, which is not my wife, it was another girl I was dating. I know it's hard to believe multiple. I've had multiple girlfriends throughout my life. I know, nerds. But I had a girlfriend at that time, and we just bought a new vehicle. Well, I bought a new vehicle. It was a 2008 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Really nice. I love that truck. It was really nice. But yeah, we just got that and everything. So I wasn't on Facebook or any of that stuff. I don't think I was. I don't think even Facebook was around. When did Facebook come? But anyways, I was on, the only thing I really had an outlet for was, for Transformers was TFW 2005. I was on that site all the time. I was always, trying to find updates about, new stuff and everything. But yeah. So I've never heard of a Botcon, which if you don't know what a Botcon is, it's a officially run Transformer convention. Hasbro and Transformers TFCC, the Transformer Collector Club, got together and they started one. I think 95 or 96 was the first one, maybe 97. Don't quote me on that. I don't know which one, but they've been around for a while. So I never really heard of a Botcon before. So I saw it on the headlines. They posted it on TFW. Botcon's coming to Cincinnati, Ohio. I was like, well, man, I could, make that. It's about Google Maps said it was about. Right now it's about a 9.5 hour drive. So I think it took us about 11 hours. You have to stop and everything, and use the bathroom. But so yeah, I was like, oh, that sounds cool. I would love to go. I've been to little small conventions, around Arkansas, around the Little Rock Comic Con and other stuff around that and everything. But I've never been to a Transformer convention that was focused on just Transformers. So I was like, man, that sounds pretty cool. So I talked to my girlfriend, and like, hey, you think I could go? Think we got the money and things? She's like, yeah, just save up and we'll go to it, and everything. So that's cool. And I took her. So I bought the what's it, the Promise package? I think it was called, or the Unicron package. One of those is basically you get a box set and you get a free freebie figure, whatever that came with it, and then you had a chance to buy the souvenir sets. There were 2 souvenir sets that had 2 Transformers and 1 mini-con with each one and everything. And I'll show you that in a little while. I'll show you what the box set came with. It was shattered glass. That was the first time I think they introduced this fiction and everything. I'll tell you a little more about it in a second. So yeah, I bought that, and I got her a weekend pass. I should have got her the box set too, because that box set's worth a lot of money now. But I didn't. I didn't really think about it. I didn't really think about Transformers being an investment, and you shouldn't really, to be honest. So I got that and got her a weekend pass. So the time came. I saved enough money, and we drove. And everything. We drove up on Wednesday, I think, and we drove all day, and got there. We might have left a little late and everything when I got there. Remember, we got there about Thursday. And so we got in the hotel and everything. We took a nap and everything. I was tired and everything. So Thursday was really nothing. We went around Cincinnati and all that good stuff. And we didn't really, nothing, going towards Botcon was everything. And I was, like I go to TFCons now to go see my friends and everything and hang out those before Transformers. When I went to Botcon, it was all about Transformers. I didn't really know anybody. I wasn't known as Deluxe. I wasn't on Shattercast. I didn't do reviews on that stuff. So, I didn't know anybody, really, to be honest, to go out. I just knew my girlfriend. And so when I went up there, I was looking for Transformers. It was all that about Transformers. So we got there. Stayed in, we did some sightseeing around Thursday and everything. So Friday, come out, and we spent the day, more doing Cincinnati stuff. And we were able to pick up our box sets about 6 or 7 at night. So yeah, we went and stayed in line. It took forever. And like I said, it was shattered glass. It was the first time the fiction for shattered glass and everything. So, it was a really, sought out, box set and everything. So luckily I got mine. But the funny thing is, they ran out of that box set. and they started giving out people the 2005 box set, which was had the recolor of the RID Megatron, the 6 changer or 7 changer, whatever, which is not a bad set either. But I would have been mad too if you pay for something that you think you're going to get, that box set, and then you give something else. You're misled. So I could understand, why the nerds were angry, everything, or the people. Sorry, the people. But luckily I got one. I can laugh about it, but it's still not fair for the people that went and didn't get one because they were expecting one. So I remember that was a big deal, throughout the lines and everything. The lines were so long. I mean, you had one side with the cash, which I always say take cash to these kind of cons and everything, just quicker. And then you had a credit card line, and that took it forever because you didn't have PayPal and everything. It was always backing up. There was so much transactions going that it was really holding up a lot of people. So I remember people were standing in line. We stood in line for we got our box set and everything and our our passes, and then we got into another line to get our souvenir sets. And that took forever. The Transformer Collector Club lines were always so long. They took forever. I think we stood in line for 2 hours. There were people there for 3-4 hours waiting for to get their stuff. So, anyways, moving on. That was Friday night. We got our stuff and everything. So Saturday morning comes up, and we get in line to go into the dealer room. Well, I think the dealer rooms they had, like I said. The theme also was Shattered Glass, but they had the animated Transformer line just came out too. It's 2000, that's 2008. So they had David Kay, Tara Strong, which she was the Wiki, the human female little figure, the little girl, whatever. And they had Bumper Robinson, and he was Bumblebee, and I think Blitzwing, I think he voiced and everything. Really cool, dude. So. When we got in, I think I didn't have to pay for, if you bought the box set, you got one thing signed from them each. So David Kay, I got to meet him for the first time, and he's a really good dude. I got my box set of DVDs for Beast Wars. He was Optimus Prime, if anybody doesn't know, voice for an animated. So I got my Beast Wars box set. I'm sure he got a lot of that stuff because there wasn't really, the animated line hadn't come out yet, which I'll tell you something about that in a little bit. Then I got a poster signed by Tara and a Bumper because I didn't have anything from them. I really didn't have anything to do with Transformers at that time. So got that. That was really cool. Then we got into the convention hall where where all the dealers and and all that stuff were in there. And I walked in. I was like, oh my God, there's so much stuff, and I brought about $2,000, which covered the hotel and the souvenirs and everything. So I had about $1,100, almost $1,200 left to buy Transformers, and I bought Transformers, man. And like I said, I go to conventions and I buy a lot of stuff because I just like to see it, in hand, especially G1 stuff. I like to handle it and make sure it's in good condition. But I don't remember everything I bought, but I remember the first thing I bought, which was the eHobby recolor of the G1 Insecticons. They're right here. They're like a red, they had a red, some red stuff on them, a red color, everything to them and everything. But that was the first thing I bought. It was like $60, I think. I don't know why I bought it. I just saw it and I was like, I gotta have that. So I bought that. That was the first thing I ever bought. And I bought lots of stuff and everything. So this was Saturday. We went, they had panels and everything. The animated crew had their little panel, questionnaires and everything. All that stuff. And everybody asked David Kay to say yes all the time. It was really annoying at a certain point. And so that was Saturday. Saturday night they had a dinner, like whatever you bought the box set and everything. You get to go to a dinner and they served you, I forgot what they served, steak or fish or something like that, and everything. They had some stuff, so that's pretty cool. So that's what we did Saturday, and then Sunday, wake up, go to the convention hall again, whatever, the dealer room, and so yeah, I walked through and bought a bunch of other stuff and everything. They had more stuff throughout their Transformers. They threw some voice actors and everything went through and all that stuff. So you could, listen to all their stuff. I think they were talking about some of the, animated stuff, and there was comic book stuff and all that stuff. So, they had stuff you could, go do and everything. So we did that. Stayed till about 3 o'clock. I think that's when they drew drew names. I think they drew 2 names for, if you got your name drawn, you won a box set for next year. So that you got your box set and your passes and all that stuff paid for the next year. Fortunately, I didn't win, but it was cool. So we stayed till 3. And another fun thing is, I know everybody knows Bobby Skullface. If you don't, really go check him out. Really good dude. He's on Sharecast with me. He was there. He came to that Botcon. Didn't know each other. It was, you know, we met, you know, years later, but it was pretty cool that, you know, he was there and I was there. We never met and everything, but it'd been pretty cool if we would have met them and, you know, met again later on, like, oh, I remember you. But yeah, he didn't have a good time. He's, you know, we've talked about it on Sharecast before. I don't know why, you know, I don't want to get specifics. I want, you know, speak for him, but he really didn't like it at that time. So, but I had a great time. I had a wonderful time. I got Transformers and everything. It would have been cool if I got to meet people. You know, I did meet people, but I didn't really talk to a lot of people. I was kind of shy back then. So yeah, we drove back, you know, and got home and everything. But on the way home, like I said, animated was kind of the theme for it because the animated, you know, voice actors were there and all that stuff. And they released the first wave of Wave 1 and Wave 2 of the Deluxes and Voyagers. So people were actually going out, you know, to the stores and bringing them back to the convention, but they were charging them, you know, a lot. You know, I think Deluxe was really charging like $30 for Deluxe, and they were paying like, you know, $13, $16 or something like that. Might have been cheaper back then, like $10 back then, but they were charging, you know, $25 to $30 for a Deluxe and everything. So I didn't buy them because, you know, they were eventually going to be out anyways in about 2 weeks. So I was like, eh. But we stopped at a Kmart outside of Cincinnati, and I walked in, and they had a display of them. They just had all the Wave 1, Wave 2 of Deluxes and Voyagers, and I bought them. I was like, yay! So it's pretty cool. Nobody even touched them. I got there, and, you know, I got the both waves and everything. That was really cool. On the way back home, I got more Transformers. So we got home, and like I said, I had a good time. And this is my first one I've been to. I've been to 4, or actually 5 total. I went to 2010, which was, I'm sorry, 2009, which was in Pasadena. When I went to 2010 in Florida, and that's where I asked my girlfriend and my wife now. At the time, she was my, you know, we were dating on the phone for some reason. I was being 13 or something. I asked her to be my girlfriend, and she said yes. So I was kind of a nerd. But anyways, so that was a memorable one too. That was down in Florida, and we went to Orlando. Me and one of my friends drove down there, and then 2011. We went to me and my girlfriend, or I think she was my fiance at that time. We flew out to Pasadena again. They went back to Pasadena, and we went to, because, you know, she wanted to go to California. Why would you pass up a trip to California? So we went to Pasadena in 2011. And then 2012, me, the friend I went with in 2010, and my fiance at that time, we went down to Dallas. It was in 2012. It was in Dallas, and we drove. It's about 5 hours. So we went down for Saturday. I didn't get the box set for that one. I got the box set for all the other ones I went to, but the one thing I just went for Saturday. And another funny thing is, in which it's always about the lines at the TFCC Transformers Collector Club is that was the year that the they had a 3-pack of the Retgar, the classics Retgar that were painted into the Insecticon colors. So they were purple and black and all that stuff and silver. And I remember they didn't sell out Friday night, but Saturday they had not a lot of quantity left. So somebody from BPTS got in line at the beginning of it and bought the whole thing and everything. And it pissed off a lot of people. They were mad. They were griping and throwing fits and everything, nerd rage again, you know, because they didn't get their toys. But man, I wasn't in line for that one. I bought them later on at eBay. But man, it ticked off a lot of people. I think they did that a couple of years in a row. Somebody from BBTS would get in line and get all their stuff, all the stock and everything. So yeah, here's the toys right now. So we'll take a look at them real quick. Here we go. All right, and there's all the toys that came in. So you had the box set, which was 5, which came with the Starscream, the Optimus Prime, the Goldbug, Jazz, and Grimlock. So that was the shattered one, and then it came with this one, the little Minicon right there. I think it's Razor Claw, I think was his name. So yeah, then you had the 2-pack, which was, you had the Rodimus right here, and then you had the Megatron, and that came with Dive Bomb. Ricochet right here was the free figure that came with the box set. So if you bought the box set, you got him, which is basically a recolored Jazz, new head mold, I think. And then you had another 2-pack of Sideswipe and Blur. So that was all that came in there. There's, you know, some weapons. There's stuff still inside of the box of some of their weapons. I think they each came with a little key, a Cybertron key. This one's Blur and everything. So had all that good stuff and everything. So that's the box set, and that's the box back there. Everything. So we'll go through there. two little mini cons. So yeah, they came with the battle cards and everything, so that's Rodimus and everything. Then they came with instructions. He fell over. It's all right. Then you had the little certificate right there saying that, you know, on this day, the 24th of April, 2008, all that good stuff. So there you go. So yeah, that is all of the box set and the souvenir sets that came with the 2008 Shattered Glass Botcon 2008. I just want to show the box art too. It looks really nice. Shattered Glass. All right, so that was the box set and the souvenir set and all that stuff and everything that came with you know, the Shattered Glass stuff. So like I said, I hope you liked this. It was really cool doing it. You know, hit me up with some likes, shares, prayers, and Care Bears. Go down there and sub for me if you're new to the channel and you like the content. Hit me up with some comments. Tell me if you like this kind of thing. I think the next one, if I do another one, I think I'm going to talk about my first TFCon, and that was in Chicago, and it's where I got to meet Shattercast for the first time. So the guys from there and all that stuff. So you know, I think it'd be you know, real memorable to talk about that stuff too. So like I said, I like doing it. I love doing this. It was pretty cool to go back down the memory lane and everything, and you know, tell me some stories about, you know, your first convention. You know, if you want to, hit me up with some comments on that good stuff. And like I said, I really hope you like this. So I guess I'll see you on the next story time with Deluxe. And as always, be good to yourself, and hell Hasbro, and good night, folks.